What's up guys? So earlier this year I switched over to SmartThings for my home automation, and if you guys did not watch that video, I'm going to leave it linked down below in the description. So many of you have asked me to do an in-depth view on how the application works, and also I'm going to give you some real world examples on how I use the app and how I integrate it with Tasker. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm not going to talk about each individual component or the setup process because I already did a video on that, but I do want to note that I upgraded to the version 2.0 SmartThings Hub, and I also got a Samsung SmartCam HD Pro. Creating automatic triggers or events within the app is actually really simple to do. These are the things or the devices that I have installed already. And these consist of lights, thermostats, cameras, outlets, motion sensors, switches, all which can be programmed individually or together. Now, in order to get started, we must go into the marketplace where we can install smart apps. These are all community-based and are free, and everything is broken down into different categories, which makes it really easy to use. The one I'm going to demo is lights and switches, and if we push on it, there is now a sub-menu of different things that we can do. Because we're in the holiday season, I want to automatically turn on and off my Christmas tree at a specific time. Therefore, I'll need to use smart lights. And in here, I'll be able to control or automate different lights and switches. So in this case, I want to control my Christmas tree. So these are all the different lights and switches. And I'm going to go ahead and select Christmas tree. And then what do I want to do? Well, I want to turn it on at a specific time. So you can do on, off, or set it at a specific level. So now what is going to trigger to turn on the Christmas tree? It can either be by motion, acceleration, and these are all different types of things that you can select. But in our case, I'm going to do a specific time. So now it's going to ask me what time do I want to turn on the Christmas tree. So I'm going to be able to select, really simple, and I'm going to go ahead and do 5 o'clock. I think that's a really good time. Now I can also set it to turn off at a specific time. I don't even need to create a different profile. So I'm going to go ahead and put midnight. I think that's a good time. That's pretty much it. The only thing, and this is optional, is you can set it so that this only happens on specific days or when a certain mode is active. So now when it's 5 o'clock, my Christmas lights will automatically turn on, and then come midnight, without me having to do anything, they will turn off automatically. So let's go ahead and do something a little bit more exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back into Smart Apps. Now I want to do something with safety and security. So I want to monitor my home in case somebody breaks into my house. So the one I need to select is Smart Home Monitor Security. Now it'll bring up different options, but for now we're just sticking with security. Now it's going to ask me what sensors do I want to monitor when the home is unoccupied. So I can be very specific and say this motion sensor located in the back of my house, this specific door sensor, or I can use every open, close, and motion sensor that I have installed in my home, which is what I'm going to do. So now it's going to ask me what sensors do I want to monitor when the home is occupied. Now this may seem a little weird because why would I want to monitor anything when I'm at home? But in fact, this is actually really useful, especially if you have kids and you're at home and you want to be notified when they open up the front door, or even if you have elderly people living with you and you want to track where they're at your home. Another way I use it is at night when I set it to arm. This way I can be notified if someone is trying to come in through a door or window, but it will disregard any motion sensors inside the house because it knows that we're home. And you can set up your alarm and notifications, and by default, it will push notifications to your phone, but you can also set an alternate phone number so that it can send them a notification also. And the last thing I can do is set up a camera to record video in case any of these sensors get triggered. And that's pretty much it. Let me show you guys a quick demo on how this works. So I've set my phone to armed as if I was away from my home, and I have a front door contact sensor, and as soon as I move it as if somebody was to open the door, it's going to send me an alert saying that there was an intrusion detected. Now I'm also going to get a push notification letting me know that there was an intrusion on my front door. Now remember, my Samsung camera is capturing everything that is going on right now. And if I go ahead and push on intrusion detected, it'll actually give me a timeline of all of the events, including the video capture, so I can go ahead and watch it and see exactly what happened. So as you can see, the app is very intuitive and it does things in a very logical way. But if you're somebody like myself who is a geek and likes to get their hands dirty and don't mind diving into the code, let me show you some of the things that I've been working on with Tasker. Most of you have probably seen videos that I've done in the past where I use voice commands using Google Now to execute an action using Tasker. So let me give you a really quick example of this because I've done videos of this in the past. So my command filter right now using auto voice is off popcorn. So if I say turn off popcorn machine, because I'm using the word off popcorn, it will now trigger this Tasker task to turn off my popcorn machine. But this is actually where the fun begins because I created a custom sound that sounds like Jarvis from Iron Man. So when this action happens, let me show you what it sounds like.
Sir, your popcorn machine has been disabled.
So the idea is to have an acknowledgement through sound that the task was executed and also have fun with it too. But I'm also creating tasker tasks so that Jarvis can let me know when certain things happen. So for example, I never use my front door and I want to be notified whenever this front door is open. So I have my sound file ready to go, and I also have an attribute value that only when the door is open to play that sound file. So let me give you guys a quick demo of how it works. So let me show you really quick. I have no notifications, and then I have my open and close front door sensor, and as soon as I remove it,
Sir, the front door has been breached.
so I just got a notification on my phone, but I also get one on my smartwatch too. So that is one of the biggest reasons why I switched over to SmartThings, just because it's so easy to use. Not that I can't get my hands dirty and I don't like to dive into the code, but the fact that my wife can go in there and make changes herself using her iPhone is a big win for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I'm gonna leave links to all of the products that I've used down below. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.